Yeah, I've started. I guess I should just. I don't know. I will be leaving it like this. I feel it's too close, but it's fine. All right, guys, we just started, and before you is UF graphics, and thanks for joining our live stream session. If you're already here, okay, we just started, and I guess I should just see something on my screen. I guess I should just see something. I guess I should just fix something on my screen. Yeah, I just fixed that now. So, guys, all right, guys. So we just started, and much love to every single person here, and people as well that are going to be joining in few minutes. All right. I guess I should just address this more, but I don't just know how it will feel. I just hope it's okay like this. I don't see it to be too close. All right, guys. So we're going to be. This is not going to go straight be. I don't know. Okay, we just started, and well, you have much happy to see you also, and you joining our live stream sessions means a lot. So, guys, we just started, and just like what we've been doing, just like what we've always been doing, and most of you audience, most of the people, most of our people, we like to say most of our people because this is not our first time of streaming now, of course not. So most of YouTubers, yes, best way there. Most YouTubers know what we're doing, and what we're set for, and everything we've been doing because we've been streaming for a while, and we've been emphasizing on. Actually, we have a particular pillar, I don't know, that's a life after school, which every student needs to know. Then under that, we've been pointing out different is it category or what? Hi, Oxman, welcome to the live stream section. Much love, much love, much love. It's not taken for granted. We're so happy to see you. Okay, guys, thanks for joining. We're still progressing. We just started now, and we're going to be doing welcoming. We're going to be welcoming every single person here live and watching us. Anyway, guys, before we get that, okay, if you're just joining, how are we going to be saluting? Is it like this? Okay, if you're just joining, if you're a new viewer, we're saluting. If you're a returning viewer, also saluting you. It's cool. Anyway, we just started, and we just welcome every single person here. And what's in it that your presence here means a lot. And if you know us already, you can just tell us hi. It's fine. I just believe that most of my audience are here already, and most of them I guess are going to be joining later. Okay, guys, before we start up things, before we come up here, like, we're not here to waste people's time. No, we don't waste people's time. We're always here for a serious business, and we do that through our live stream section. We our own. I don't just know. Let me not go into that. We share knowledge, like, we come, we talk, we try imparting to them true knowledge. I don't just know, is from that angle, like, we try opening your eyes. Your eyes is open, oh boy. It's more like reawakening you from your unconsciousness, reawakening students from the unconsciousness, making them see things that they're not seeing, things that nobody is even saying, things that are silently killing or affecting lives that nobody is even seeing it or even talking about. Have you seen it? So that's why it looks as if every day was streaming. Have you seen? So that's cool. That's cool. Anyway, guys, before you joined, I guess there's something on the thumbnail. I guess that, and we're going to be hammering on that. Well, let me just take my booklet. I forgot what I have on my thumbnail. Okay, just more like what's it called? The right mindset every student needs to know. I guess that's what I have on my thumbnail. Okay, let's relax. Well, thanks every single person that joined, and every single person watching us here. Trust me, it's going to watch your time. Okay, firstly is firstly we're going to be trying to detail down every single thing we have here, and we said the thumbnail topic. I don't want to sound like a serious lecturer. I'm not a lecturer, you get. I'm just well, let's say public speaker is beyond public speaker. Yes, I'm not just a public speaker, but I don't just know all of them. So you can just call me anything, and maybe just call me whoever. I'm okay with that. Okay, guys, I said the right mindset every student needs to know. Now, we're not trying to bring it to you that your mindset is wrong, but we're saying the right mindset. Now, we have a lot to talk about in the aspect of mindset. If we're really talking about mindset. Now, literally, what's mindset? Like, if we're ever going to be talking about mindset just looks like, or okay, if we're talking about mindset, this has to do with your thinking. Firstly, okay, if we talk about mindset now, what comes to your mind first is your thinking. Like, it has to do with your senses. Now, we said the right mindset. That means actually they have mindset to, but what they have is not. Are we going to see is malfunctioning? Are we say is functioning? Like, I don't know. I'm serious now. Okay, what we're just trying to do here is, in this topic or everything, while we start off this live stream session, is just more like to help them understand things in a better way. Like, start thinking beyond and start seeing things beyond what an average student is seeing, because we're talking about mindset has to do with, firstly, it is your viewing. What you see is transmit something to your mind. Now, if I'm just seeing something, like, you should get what I'm saying. Your viewing comes first. If we're talking about mindset, your viewing comes first, then your mind follows. Is how your mindset is placed, shaped, and positioned. It determines how it assesses it. Okay, I'm going to prove that now. Now, let's just say two students undergo a course. I'm just glabrancing. Very soon, I'm getting to what we have. I'm just trying to give you a graphical picture of what mindset looks like. Two students graduated from the same school. Both of them had the same degree, or let's just say both of them failed. One is going to see it as, I failed, I'm not a failure. Maybe if I try, or maybe if I try other strategies, I can still pass. One is going to see it as, oh, I cannot do this. This is not for me. I'm not born for this. I cannot do it. Have you seen? That is the same situation, but different mindsets. Now, student A is seeing it as, I should try more. Maybe I will pass. Now, student B is seeing it as, I cannot try again. I cannot just pass. Have you seen? So the same situation, different mindset. So this is just all about mindset. How you see things, determine how you go about it. Now, if you see it as you cannot, probably you're not going to go about it. Yes, because it is affecting you. Like, it's affecting your subconsciousness. Have you seen? So your what's it called? Consciousness. I don't know. Let me not bite my tongue. Subconsciousness. I mean, is going to start reacting to that. A lot of that. God, well, I don't want to go into that deeply, guys. I don't want to emphasize much on that. Well, let me just be precise, because people are going to be streaming this later. Okay, firstly is the course objective is just to make you understand, okay, because when we get to tell people that, literally, if we're seeing people, students failing, people or students not succeeding in our societies and everything, what comes to our mind? Before, we think that failure is just all about not being intelligent. Yes, that's what it was, and that is the mindset a lot of people have. But we actually came to realize that you can still be intelligent and still fail. Like, that's the most painful aspect of it. You can still be very, very smart and you still fail. Then what's the issue there? It's not all about intelligence. It's all about right information. You cannot solve a problem that you don't know. If I'm given a mathematics subject to solve, if I don't know it, no matter how intelligent I am, I cannot solve it, because I'm not aware of it. I don't even know the techniques to solve it. Have you seen how these things work? So when we get to see students, young people failing, not succeeding, it's not all about motivation. There's something about motivation that people don't know. I'm serious. Motivation is just like a word, like just a word I'm speaking. Now, most people, when they get motivated, it reacts them, like they are going to act in a certain way, like it triggers something inbuilt in them, like it triggers something in their subconsciousness, and maybe they are going to act in a certain way. That is motivation. But it gets to a point, motivation can drive you to an extent. It gets to a point that motivation is going to be fade, like it will fade away. Have you seen? That's why I say it's a word. It peers into your mind, and you're going to be writing on it. But it's to an extent. It gets to a point that motivation is going to fade away. Now that's when we tell students, are discipline, not all about motivation. Motivation can stop you on the way, but discipline is what keeps you going. If we're talking about discipline, like discipline is just more like, you know, discipline is more than motivation. Very, very, like there is a huge difference. Discipline is when you're still doing something, even when you're failing in it, even when you feel that, like, even when you're not seeing any progress, you're still persisting. Have you seen? So, discipline, okay, now let me give you an illustration. Let me give you an illustration. You know, the person that produced electrical bulb, I've forgotten the man's name. He's a white man, I guess. I've forgotten the man's name. They said that the person tried, was it 900 and I don't know. Wait, was it 99? I guess 99 times or 999 something. But the person tried a good number of times. Now, like a good number of time or whatever. Now, the actual issue or the actual occurrence that happened there was not that he wanted to be trying. The person that produced electric bulb tried a good number of times. What made him succeed is not strength, is not motivation. That is discipline. I can bet it to you. I can put it in that is discipline, because he failed, he still try. He failed, he still try. Up to 99 times. Do you know what it means? Even me, I will give up. I'm serious. Like, it's not just easy. So I'm just trying to tell you how discipline can drive you beyond motivation, because motivation is just a word. When it fades away, when you're no longer hearing that voice, you're going to start getting weary. Like, you're going to start dropping, you're going to start fading. Have you seen? So that's just the two different, but I'm not going to dive into that deeply again. Okay, we're talking about the right mindset. I said here every Nigerian student. Now we're talking to the world. Every student needs, now it's not limited to Nigerian students. Every student needs. Now, if you're a student, if you're a young person, this mindset, you really need it to really navigate, because it's a growth mindset, and it's more like positive side. Okay, guys. We said, okay, what is mindset? I think we just give a simple definition of mindset. We say mindset is all about how you see things, how you react to things, how you take up things to yourself, and how you go about things. That's mindset. And your mindset controls your all these things, controls your actions, controls your emotions. This is mindset. That's the way you're seeing it. And we said, firstly, it comes from your viewing. That's why you need to be very, very intentional about your viewing and how your viewing affects you, because your viewing is possible of ruling your life, and it's also it's possible of making you your viewing. Yes, because you withhold with your eyes. If my eyes is closed, even when someone is asking me, or even when someone is okay, let me just say, even when somebody is giving me something, I cannot see it. And whereby I cannot see it, like, it's not going to come to my mind. I'm just trying to tell you how your viewing affects you and affects your life. So you should just be very, very mindful. Your viewing matters, because it's more than it stands the chance of, I don't know, is more than 50% of what happens to you. Because firstly, you behold it with your eyes. Now, you seeing it, you beholding it, it's going to transmitting something to your mind. Then your mind is going to process it based on how it's positioned, how it's developed. Have you seen? So, guys, enough of that. Well. I'm going to be diving into deeply now. Okay, we just said what is mindset. I think we just get that right, and we said, okay, the wrong mindset many students have. Now we're saying school. Okay. Now we're talking about the wrong mindset. Mind you, what the essence, or like the purpose of today's life session is talking about the right mindset every student have. And firstly, we define literally, just simple definition, what mindset looks like and how it works. That's what we just finished talking about. Now we're talking about the wrong mindset A lot of Nigerian students, a lot of students in the world have the wrong mindset. Now we're going to be looking at the wrong mindsets. Okay. I don't know. Okay, now, one of the wrong mindset is student feels that their degree will save their life. Just imagine, that's just it. Student feels that their degree is automatic success. I don't just know how this sounds, but I'm serious. And a lot of students are thinking on this angle, and them thinking on it and them acting on it is restricting them from getting a lot of things done in their life, is restricting them from developing themselves. Now, get to look at it. When student feels that their degree, I guess you know what a degree is, your certificate, their certificate, it means success. This, I don't know for your country, I'm serious. People in my country feels that them having a degree means success. Have you seen? So that mindset alone can make them see developing themselves as something that is irrelevant. It's going to see, or they are going to see it as something that is not necessary, because they don't feel that the certificate that they have is enough. Have you seen? So, and we said this mindset is leading them into trouble, because they're just going to graduate. Now they're going to face, there's what they call job market. What we mean by job market is more like, oh, looking for jobs now. You should get what I'm talking about. Like, they call it job market. Now, gone are the days when people still want certificates. Gone are the days when people or employers are more desperate in problem solvers, things that you can create. So they are not just going to mind your big certificate. You're just going to come. They will give you seats. You will be sitting down. They'll ask you, what can you create? I don't know. The question will shock you. Yes, they will just ask you, what can you create? How can you develop this organization? If you want us to employ you, how can you develop this organization? Such questions are going to be thrown to certain people. And if they don't have a valid answer to that, that question does not require you showing your certificate. It requires what you have inbuilt. It requires the abilities you have. It requires the problems you can solve. So when we tell students don't depend on your certificate alone, we're not making any mistakes. We're actually looking ahead. We're actually picturing things. We're actually moving from the advancements on how things are really changing. Now, we said employers, organizations, they are not interested in your degree or your certificate or your what you obtain or your knowledge. They are interested on what you can give out, the kind of problem you can solve, the kind of what's it called advancements, innovation you can create, how you can affect their organization positively. That's what they want. Now, people don't buy products, they buy solutions. Now, they are not just employing you because of certificate, they are employing your worth, your value. Have you seen the significance of this? And when young students, vibrant people fails to understand these details like this, they are going to start asking, I don't know, do you get? And them not being aware of it is going to make them very reluctant. And them being reluctant, they are going to misguess it. Like, they are going to fail. Yes, because real life rewards. Okay, they say that people don't buy product, they buy solution. So if you don't have anything to offer, it goes suck you. Obviously, so that's why we tell students, you must develop yourself to an extent. You must be too valuable that people, employers, the country, the nations cannot ignore you. You know what it means? Being competent to an extent that you're too big to be ignored. That is the angle that we're coming from. Hammering, telling students, more be competent, learn skills, be good at some certain things, like get yourself developed. Don't rely on your certificate alone. So that's the emphasis, and that's what we'll be saying all this while. And most students, as we said, they are not still getting it, and it's very disheartening that most of them still be victims, and then being victims, they are going to start regretting. Have you seen? And them regretting, sorry, what's that? This is supposed to go out. I don't know. I beg, don't go out. Well, sorry. Them not getting it is going to make them be frustrated. They said certificates without direction creates frustration. Your certificate, when you don't have direction, when you lack purpose with it, even with your certificate, is going to create frustration. That is it. If you're not prepared for the real world and you're going into the real world, that simply means you're jumping into the river when you cannot swim. That's the illustration. That's the art, or what's it called? That's the artwork. Yes, we're drawing the artwork for you now. Getting into something that you don't know, you're going to be drowned. Now, getting into the real world without preparing is more like jumping into the river without knowing how to swim. And you know what that means. Now, big fish go chop you. Have you seen? So, we said real life throws a lot of things. Yes, I will explain. When you get into the real life, I mean, we call it reality. That is when young people, young students graduate out from tertiary institutions, universities. Now they are going to start living independently. They are going to start living their life. And they are going to start figuring out things by themselves. That's the stage. That's transition stage. They have moved. They are after. They have actually moved to another phase of life. Now that stage is said to be very, very crucial, and is very, very competitive. Now that's when you see a lot of people having that degree, that certificate that you have. Now job market is is going to be very, very competitive because you're not the only one. Thousands of people are looking for that particular job that you're looking for. So it's going to be stressful. Have you seen? So, and student needs to be mentally strong. Mentally strong is very, very precise. Mentally strong. What I mean by mentally strong, there's this life change session we did. We said emotional intelligence. Well, I'm not going into that angle, but mentally strong, I mean being able to withstand, handle pressures, because these things are inevitable. It must surely come. So the best thing is just not to dodge, hide, or what's it called, hide yourself from it, is to prepare for it. And that's all. Well, that's part of the thing we're doing here, making you see it, making you prepare for it, and making you know how you're going to be navigating. Now, we said in real life, a lot of things are going to be thrown. What we mean by life is going to be throwing, I don't know, you go through some things. Now, that's more like you're going to fail, you're going to be rejected, you're going to be criticized, you're going to be pressured. Have you seen? So these are real life challenges that are going to be coming. So if you're just a new or if you're just an adult, if you're just a graduate that just step into the real world, all these things are going to be coming. And when you're not even expecting them, when you are not prepared for it, it's going to hit you hard. And hitting you hard is going to affect you even mentally, emotionally, all aspects. Now, this is when you see some people, some young students being depressed. Like, oh Jesus, it can frustrate. And this is why we see the need to actually let young people know this, and them knowing this is going to help them in preparing for it. And in preparing for it is not going to affect them in a great way. So that's just the goal. Like, that's it. That's the priority. Okay, guys. I've emphasized so much on that. I said the wrong mindset. I think I just said that that's the wrong mindset. They just feel them having that degree means a lot. But what saying is not enough. You should keep it by the side. You should be developed. Like, a lot of emphasis on that. Okay, the right mindset every Nigerian needs. Now, I'm not talking about Nigerian now. I'm talking about whole student needs. The right mindset is growth mindset. Now, this growth mindset, if you're talking about growth mindset, mind you, I said mindset is how you see things. Now, if you're seeing growth mindset, who be that? I don't know. Yeah, Slick Ghost. I don't know. Sorry if I'm not able to pronounce your name well. Oh, thanks for joining the live show. Your presence means a lot. We regard that so much. You have regard that so much. You're not taking it for granted. That's I beg, it's fine. I don't so you have too much. Okay, I was actually saying something. I said the right mindset every student needs to know. I said growth mindset. I was talking about growth mindset. What we mean by growth mindset is that it's more of positive side. Yes, even when you encounter failure, you're going to see it as something that is telling you that you're not prepared. You're not going to see failure as something that tells you to stop. It's funny. Let me explain. They get to tell people that if you're ever going to journey on the path of success, you are going to encounter failure. That's not a parable. That is reality. That is factual. Now that failure that you're going to be encountering is not telling you to stop. Is not more like trying to or what's it called? Like trying to go against you, but it's going to be testing your abilities. Now imagine if I undergo an exam, like if I'm writing an exam and I happen to fail. Now I'm seeing that thing as I'm not prepared. Like my strategies did not work. I did not prepare very good for it. Maybe if I try other means, if I try other ways, I can still pass. Now that's learning how to separate your identity from the occurrence. Very, let me practicalize this. Let me explain in details. Every young person needs to know how to separate her identity from the occurrence. Now if I fail anything, if I fail, I'm not going to see myself as the person. I'm going to identify, differentiate myself. I am the identity. Failure is the occurrence. What happened was just a failure, or was just an occurrence, not me. That means I can still try harder. I can still look for a possible way and still get it right. So I'm not a failure. Occurrence just happened. I just feel that was an occurrence. So it's not me. So if you just learn to always differentiate yourself from the occurrence, it's going to help you. It's going to help you in your mindset. Like it's going to help you. That's just it. And every young person needs this ability, like needs this mindset. I don't know. Well, guys, I said growth mindset, see things always from a positive side. When you feel, try. Failure is not telling you to stop. That's the fact. It's telling you, oh my bro. I don't know. It's telling you, oh my bro, look for a possible way. You can still do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. That's just what it means. It tests your ability. It makes you to do more research. It pushes you to learn more. So just always see it from that view. Okay. We said value creation mindset. You should always be a valuable asset. Be valuable to an extent. Be valuable to the extent of nobody can ignore you. Valuable or this thing mindset. This is just the ability of being valuable. That's just it. There's no too much grammar for it. Adaptability mindset. Okay, sorry. I will explain. There is this saying that the world future success belongs to students, young people who can adapt and still stay relevant.
Payment received in OPay.
So that's more like that has to do with adaptability. And this adaptability of something is more like being able to adapt. We said the future belongs to students, young people, vibrant people who can adapt. Now, mind you, economy is changing, the world is changing, everything is advancing. Most things are getting digitalized. Now, if you stick one place, that's more like limitation. You're trying to you're restricting yourself. Now, we're talking about adaptability. You must always know how to adapt to situations. You must always know how to adapt. Adapting means, I don't know, it's most times it's inconvenient, but probably you're going to stick, like you're going to still fall back on track. So it's more like being flexible, being adaptable. Adaptability is one of life skill that every young person needs because it helps you to adapt to changes because things is always changing. Economy is changing, the world is changing, this or what's it called, technology is changing. So you too must change. You're not going to be static, you're not going to be stagnant. There is a need to adapt, there is a need to see adaptability as necessity. And it's not inbuilt, you get to learn it. You get to learn how to adapt, you get to build a life on it, you get to take it up to yourself. Like it has to be part of your sub or conscious or what's it called, subconsciousness abilities or whatever. I don't want to bite my tongue. Okay, guys. Okay, I say adaptability mindset. Always be adaptable to changes, and discipline means discipline is part of adapt. Oh, okay, discipline is not adaptability. Mind you, I'm talking about the right mindset. Every Nigerian or every student. Let me leave Nigerian. Every student needs. I mentioned valuable or adaptability, discipline. Or we said even discipline. Yeah, discipline is part of it. Firstly, discipline is more like getting to do something even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when nobody is watching, even when it feels that you're dying, you're still doing it. Now, I don't want to feel too good or whatever. Now, we told you that we stream every day. This is more of discipline because most times we're tired, but we're going to be streaming. Yes, we went for lectures today. Most times I came back from lecture, I was very, very tired, but I have to stream. So this is something like discipline. So if I'm not disciplined to an extent, I may not be showing up. I'm serious. This is what discipline looks like. Like, even when you don't feel like it, you do it. Even when nobody is watching, you do it. Even when nobody is applauding, you do it. Even when everything feels bad, you will do it. So that is discipline. And you cannot actually mount to anything. You cannot actually achieve a goal or anything without attaching discipline to it, without introducing discipline to it. Because, you know, if we leave ourselves bogus or freely, we can misbehave. So discipline it's also something like it's what binds you to something. It binds you to something. It's more like a law that binds you to something. Nobody is there, but you know that you cannot break the law. So you're bound to that. So that's what's called discipline. And we're saying that this is a life ability that every person needs because we're talking about success. Do you get it? Okay, guys, I still have some things here. Let me just try running down the mindset for life after school. Okay, our main topic or brother, what we were saying mainly is life after school. Now, at this point, we said the mindset for life after school. Now, I'm going to break it down. Now, after school, we mean that's after graduation, after student leaving their university, their tertiary institution to real life, to reality. Now, we say that stage is always for celebration, but graduation is not the end. What's wrong with my head? Okay, I said the right mindset for needs after graduation. I'm going to talking about it here. You know, firstly, graduation is just more like students leaving universities to the real world, and that stage, the celebrating period, you get to see some students rejoicing they are graduating out from university. Now, we're telling you that that's graduating points. The starting point we mean you're moving into another phase of life. That Yes, it. And the most funny part of it is that in university, your thoughts, you're guided, you're accountable. People are watching you. In real life, you are on your own. You ought to face responsibility. You're just there figuring out things by yourself. Have you seen why that stage is very, very crucial? Like very, very hectic because university you're guided. There is a timetable that shows when you have exams, when you are going to be writing exams. There's no life timetable for life after school. Like there's no time. You can just mess up. Parents are very, very intentional about this. It positions them. It keeps them on a particular way and track, and they are going to end positively. Okay, guys, I said stop thinking. Students, this is the right mindset they need after graduation. They should just stop thinking negative. They should just stop thinking I cannot. That's more of the negative side. They should start thinking I can. Even when you feel that, even when it's looking, that has to do with a dream. It's somehow connecting to a dream. You know, a good example of a perfect dream is it should be terrifying. You know what is terrifying? It should be scary. Now, if any dream, okay, if you get to, okay, I don't just know, any dream that is not scary is not a dream, not a dream. There is a saying that I've forgotten who quoted it. If your dream is not scary, that means they are too small. Someone said it, not me. So that shows that dreams are meant to be scary. They are meant to be big. Now, I mean dreams. I don't mean nightmares. I don't mean sleeping and dreaming. This is more like future. What you're picturing, where you want to be in the future, is more like your dream. What you want to achieve. Now, is first of all comes to your mind. You start processing it, and processing it, you're going to start creating milestones to actually get. Now, if you're actually going somewhere, you need you have a particular destination you're going. You need transport, you need flight to go there. That is transport, that is milestones that you're going to create. In other words, that enable you to get there. Have you seen? So you're not just going to disappear and appear at your destination. You're not going to disappear and appear in your dream. No, there is stop by stop, there is bit by bit. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one stop. Like, there must be a movement. Yes, you have a part to play. You don't just fold your arms. Success is not easy. If success is easy, everybody would have been successful. Like, you don't just fold your arms and things falls back, like things falls or itself. No, you have your own part to play. Like, you have your own input. There is a work requisite that you're going to be putting in order to make anything work. So if you're going to be succeeding, if you're ever thinking, that means you're going to put in work. Very, very factual. I don't want to start too serious. I'm serious anyways. Okay, guys, I think I have few things to just talk about. I'll go and rest. My head is itching me. Okay. How students can develop the right mindset. This is more like escape way. How students can develop this right mindset to navigate the problems of life. Now, this is read and learn daily. If we're talking about reading, I don't mean reading. Like, you should be advanced, you should be exposed to things, you should learn things. Go out from you should not be restricted, you should not be stagnant. Like, you should always learn to get yourself, network with people, vibrant people, intelligent people, people that you're inspiring to be like, people that are better than you. People affect life enough, like a lot. So limit yourself. So this is a call, an awakening call to get yourself exposed, like, to people, vibrant people that you're going to be learning from. Have you seen? So that's more like reading daily, and mindset. All of these things has to do with daily songs. Your daily routine, it's silently affecting your future. What you do on a daily basis, it's shaping you. Most times unknowingly to you, may not know it. It's shaping you in a particular part because you're doing it daily, repeatedly, routine, like. So that's more like that. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. That has to do with friends. Growth-minded people that are always thinking well, people that are always planning for the future. So, because people affect you. Okay, guys, stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for perfect opportunities. They said, if there is no opportunity, you try in creating one. If there is no opportunity around, you can create one. So you don't just fold your arms and be waiting for the perfect opportunities, perfect moments, luck or success, and or what you call miracles. No, you have to start somewhere. You have to take the first step. You ought to make the first move. Like, you have to start, and there's something about clarity in everything. It comes once you've started. You don't just stay indoors, you don't just stay one place and you get clear, or it's called, you're going to be cleared on something. No, it comes alongside the journey. You're going to be the journey is going to be on progress before you're going to be cleared, like, before clarity comes in. So that's one thing about, I guess that has to do with self-discovery. I guess so. Stop waiting for perfect. There's no perfect time to start anything. Just get things started. Don't wait for opportunities. Create one. Get yourself busy. Okay, the reality of success. I think this is the last phase. We're running. How he said, how I don't know, sleep cuts. Well, the reality of success is not all about talent. So it's all about discipline, consistency, hardworking, all of these, like, habits you get. So success is not just all about talent. Even talented people are failing. I'll prove it. Talented people are failing because they feel that they are talented, so they are not just going to see any need to enhancing their skills, get themselves developed, be or work on themselves. No, they're not going to see any need for that. They're just going to be there, feeling reluctant, not minding anything, and by so doing, their minds, everything girls down, like, falls drastically. Have you seen the issue? So success talking about success, a lot of things are involved, attached to it, and a lot of many guys. So, guys, 40 minutes at dot. We just exhausted today's live session. I will be talking for 40 minutes now. Whoa, sounds cool. And we're going to be backing off in a few minutes. And let's just use this medium to appreciate every single person here, people that participated, watch, viewed, upload. Every single person here, your presence means a lot, not taking for granted. We really regard that so much. And thanks for joining our live stream session today. We're going to be streaming tomorrow. We would love to see you. And maybe you can share our video links, contact people, follow us on any of our social media handles, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And maybe we'll get to talk better. Have you seen? And maybe you just invite people to our live stream session, share our video links, and it's fine. So, guys, we're backing off now. We appreciate every single person here, and people that are going to be viewing later. Your watching, your presence is counting. It's not taken for granted. We regard that so much. And thanks for watching. Thanks for being with